Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about China's future. We might as well be talking about China's future because I don't see a great future for the United States at the moment. And China relative to the United States, I see the United States in a very weak position. Now, you might say, militarily, we're still the world's most powerful military, but historically, anytime you've had an empire with a strong military but bad economics, eventually the military fell apart. Okay, and we saw that with the Soviet Union. Soviet Union had a very powerful military, but because their economics were so bad, eventually their military fell apart as well. So as far as the U.S., I see us being a tributary to China going forward. We're going to be a tributary through the bad trade deals. Trump was starting to correct some of those bad trade deals with China, but I'm sure Biden is going to start reversing them, and he's going to go further and make them even worse. Okay, so that's what I see going forward as far as the trade deals. And here's the thing: anytime you've got more value going out of the country versus coming in, and we're continuing to do that, then yeah, essentially we are a tributary. Okay. China is going to continue to bribe our politicians. They're probably bribing our military leadership. They're probably bribing a lot of the corporate executives throughout the country. Okay, so I'm sure there's a lot of that going on that we don't even know, that we don't hear anything about. So I think we're going forward. We're going to see a small number of large corporations doing very well because of these bad trade deals. So you're going to have small instances where some companies are benefiting, some people are benefiting, but overall the country is going to be suffering from this. Okay, so they're going to keep. So the Chinese are going to keep bribing us, keep putting money in strategic places to make sure that we keep making bad decisions. Okay, of course we're going to keep sending whatever technology we have over to China. They're gonna, so all that's going to continue down the path that it's been going. So, looking at the situation, is China going to become, the old dominant power of the world? Well, what I think is eventually going to happen is that their neighbors, you got Russia, India, Pakistan, they're going to come into conflict with China. Okay, and if we go back to 1969, okay, it's been reported by China, right, that the Soviet Union approached the Nixon administration and and told them that they were planning a nuclear attack on China, and they wanted to know what the response of the United States would be. The Nixon administration told them that they would oppose it, that it would be the start of World War III, and the Soviets backed down from that. But that gives us some insight into how the Soviets/Russians feel about the Chinese, about some conflicts that they're probably having at the border that we don't hear about. The same probably goes with India and Pakistan that are also bordering with China. Now, if we look at their populations, you've got China, 1.4 billion people, India, 1.4 billion people. Okay, so you got 1.4 billion versus 1.4 billion people, essentially bordering each other. Anytime you got that many people bumping elbows, they're gonna fight. Okay, so that's these two are natural enemies just because they've got that many people that close to each other, trying to use up that many resources. Okay, then if you look at Russia and Pakistan, right? Pakistan has a population of about 200 million people. Russia has a population of 150 million people. So their populations are tiny compared to China's. So the Russians are probably thinking that the Chinese could probably just completely overrun them anytime that they want. They're probably thinking that they probably don't even have enough tanks to stop the Chinese. The only way that they can possibly stop the Chinese is with nuclear weapons. Pakistanis are probably thinking the same way. At some point, I think that these guys are going to fight. Okay, they're you got China, Russia, India, Pakistan bordering each other. They're natural enemies. China, of course, being very aggressive. It has shown a lot of aggressive in the Sea of Japan, and I think that is going to, I think they're going to continue that. And as the United States gets weaker and weaker, I think they're going to start flexing their muscles more and more, which is going to be more threatening to Russia, India, Pakistan, and probably Russia's going to probably be the one to make that first move. Because they're gonna start feeling really uncomfortable. 1.5 million. I'm sorry, 150 million people. Being threatened by 1.4 billion people. I think that they're gonna say that they gotta do something before they get overrun by China. So, long term, what I think is gonna happen. These three guys: Russia, India, Pakistan. They're the ones that are gonna stop China, not the United States. I think that the United States is just going to keep being a tributary. Now, at some point in the future, when these four guys here start fighting, right? China, Russia, India, Pakistan. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we will have a wiser leadership in the United States than we have now, and they will be able to take advantage of the situation. In a similar way to which the United States took advantage of World War One, World War Two. A lot of times people think that the United States was fighting Japan, Russia, and Germany, right? But I also think that the United States was fighting Great Britain. Okay, I think that was part of the plan of the United States going into World War One, into World War Two, to weaken. Britain as much as possible, to delay entry as much as possible, to break up their colonies. Okay, so I think that was part of the plan, right? In both World War One, World War Two. In fact, going into World War One, it wasn't necessarily a given that we were going to side with Britain. There was just as good a chance that we might have sided with Germany. In fact, we were supplying both sides. Okay, so I don't think that at the start of World War One, the United States really cared that much who won, that war. But that's going beyond where we are right now. Right now, we are with China, taking a very strong, leadership in the world economically, and advancing militarily. I don't think that the United States is going to be able to stop that, because you're always going to have half the country being run by Democrats. Okay, and the Democrats are always going to do the thing that's going to make the United States as weak as possible. Okay, that's just what they do. So I think that it's going to fall to Russia, India, Pakistan to sort of balance that situation out. So that's what I have for you guys. If you got any comments, put it in the comment section. If you're not a member, please subscribe. Talk to you guys soon.